Okay. So what I did was I had to turn off my Wi-Fi adapter and turn it back on. Don't know why I was doing that. And I don't know what the hell happened. But part of me says, you know what? We're going to get through this. Come hell or high water, we're going to get through this. Because by hook or crook, goddammit. We're going to get through this, damn it. Yeah. Like I said, what I had to do was turn off my Wi-Fi, turn it back on. I had to basically reboot it. And I thought it was me too. I'm like, the hell? Okay. I would like to finish this in one go. February 18th, 12:52 p.m. Still in the lobby. What just happened? No. I think I have a grasp of the situation. Susato. It appears that a very potent smoke grenade was detonated. Smoke grenade? Oh, like those smoke bombs Ninja used. They were verifying the safety of the court now. Preparations to resume the trial are underway. Who would do something like that? Someone attempting to escape from the Crown Court was captured by the bailiff. Attempting to escape? Well, that's one way to put it. Indeed, it was a young girl about 15 years of age. Could that be the third passenger whom Mr. Murndal was talking about? I believe so too. The third party really did exist. Oh, whatever happened to Mr. Murndal? There's so much I have to ask him, but he hasn't returned to his lobby. It seems he was summoned to the prosecutor's office to be pressed for information. A young girl's accompanying him as well. Just who is she? And why did she come to this trial in the first place? She knew we risked it, and I doubt there was anything to gain from doing so. I also have one issue I'm curious about. What would that be? It's the 20 pence. Why? According to what that coachman Sir Beppo has testified, on that night, the fee was at 5 pence per person with 4 passengers on the ride. So the total is 20. The sum matches up perfectly. And for those who have missed it, this is like the 3rd time, maybe the 4th time, because my stream crashed like 3 times in a row. In this one part. Not every other part, just this one part right here. Thankfully, I'm just going to put up this one part for the rest of it. as I mentioned before, merchants have a thing called favoritism toward their customers. You see it just about anywhere, really. You rarely see them in some cases at markets, but if you go to somewhere like a video store or a 7-Eleven, or even in some cases you go to an expo, they treat you a certain way. You know, it's like if you catch them on an off day and, you know, they haven't made, you know, good business and you're helping them out, they remember you. For me, it's like wherever I went is technically this. I used to have a video store I used to go to. It's now a T-Mobile. This video store was called Omni Video, and I usually got something like, say, a couple of videos from there. The normal rental price would be $250. One day, you know, customer appreciation. They know me oh so well. Yep. They know me oh so well. They basically knock $1 off just because they know me all too well. It's like, okay, Fantasy Star, you know, since you're here, we're gonna give you whatever you rent today, and this is today only. We're not gonna do this for any other day, but for today only. It's $1.50 for you. Let me tell you, $1.50. Then you rent 2 games for the weekend. That's $3. You basically save yourself a couple of bucks right there, just $2 right there. Or there have been times I went to my local expos, not just Anime Expo. I went to Comic-Con in LA and the Sci-Fi Comic Book Expo at the Shrine. They used to do the same for me. They used to cut me a deal every time I went out there. Especially if I just knew if I just knew, you know, straight off the bat, if I knew certain series or whatnot, they would cut me a deal. Like, they might cut me like 30% off. I wouldn't even pay like full price. I'd be paying like a third. Because I remember last time I went to AX, I got the entirety of Astro Boy for $20. I got the same thing for Phoenix for $20. Catch them on a bad day, you can still get a good deal. I've gotten very few games that were like that too. But, you know, it's called favoritism. So in this case, however, here we have a 5th customer appearing. Once again, the sum of 20 makes no sense. 4 by 5. That really is strange. Attorney, head to the Crown Court at once. In this case, the 20 pence. If by normal means you're paying for a ride, you're paying 4 pence for a ride. That's 4 per person. You're paying 4 pence a head. So 4 people. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 5 people. If it was one of them days like he wanted to raise that price to 5, yeah, it's 4 people. 5, 10, 15, 20. Normally, if you're talking about 5, it'd be 4. So he would have to drop a penny. The preparation for the trial to resume is complete. It will resume in 5 minutes. Got it. I'll head over immediately. In any case, it will stay on. I believe that this girl will take the witness stand. I assume that the contents of her testimony will determine the outcome of this trial. Shall we go into Saiban? Let's. Eight minutes later. A young girl next to Mr. Murndal. Looks like she's the one who caused that ruckus earlier. Now then, calls back assertion for the trial, calls me Murndal. It all comes. Yes, ma'am. Could you please explain the origin of that strange smoke from earlier? We believe that a military-grade smoke grenade was detonated. Military-grade? War is that being used, yo? The one who attempted to slip out of the courthouse through the smoke has been caught. The culprit stands right there. Miss, state your name. Were you the one behind the confusion caused by the smoke grenade earlier? Why in heaven's name did you do that? Excuse me, may I, Lord Judge? What is the defendant? It might be better for me to provide explanation. In regards to why this girl's here and why she tried to escape, everything's related to what transpired on the night of the incident, really. Very well. The court orders the defendant to testify. Speak in regards to the incident and its relation to the young girl. I wonder what exactly happened during the incident that night. If only I could have heard all about it before the trial started. Her relation to the crime. That night I had seated myself on the back seat inside the coach. There I nodded off to sleep. Sometime later, I was woken up by an abrupt, loud sound accompanied by a small scream. In front of my eyes laid a man. I held him up and sat him on the seats. The trembling shock I investigated the area where the scream had come from. And to my surprise, there was a young girl hidden there, curled up tight and quiet as a mouse. I'm not sure if I completely understand what it said. She, that young girl, she was riding the omnibus when the crime occurred. You are correct, as the good bastard said earlier. There was indeed a 5th passenger on the omnibus. Very well. It appears it's about time to hear the attorney's cross-examination. Attorney, are you prepared? Hey! The judge expects me to clear this up. But I have absolutely no idea what's going on here. Press everything. When you got on the omnibus, was anyone else on board? inside the coach or up on the rooftop seats. In other words, the defendant was the first person. Indeed, I was merely sitting comfortably on the back seats inside the omnibus. By back seats, do you mean? Why, as you yourself so expertly pointed out just now, my good barrister, I mean the seat directly across from where the gentleman who had been stabbed was sitting. It was the most comfortable spot for me, it seemed. After all, you can't be seen through the skydive from there. A loud noise and a scream? It was, yes. There was quite a remarkable thud. I believe it was much like the sound of a man falling over. It must have been the sound of the victim, Mr. Mortar, falling over behind after being stabbed. I was asleep at the time, you see, so I can't say for sure. Furthermore, when I woke, not a soul did I see in the coach, save for the gentleman laying on the floor before me. There was no one else in there. Yet at the time you said you heard screaming. Yes, that scream was from the rooftop seat. No, I heard that scream from inside the coach. However, at that moment, the scream was the least of my worries. For you see, I could hardly believe what I saw before my own eyes. You set the victim up on the seat. Yes, sir. On the seat right across from me. I hadn't realized he was dead, you see. If I felt that it would be disrespectful to simply leave the poor soul on the floor like that. After all, I am a sympathetic man, you know. Quite a curious story to footnote. Well, now, whatever might you mean, Prosecutor Van Zeus? If a gentleman dropped before his very eyes a sane person with cordial conscience, were they your average Pittsburgh underwriters? As you well know, I hold a rather maligned profession. You're referring to your business as a salary lender, correct? There are those who would borrow money from me only to be ungrateful and set out to kill me. So the last thing I want would be to get wrapped up in such a nasty affair. Then you're just going to leave the victim's body like that? Heavens me, of course not! I had intended to report the incident to the police. I simply wish to ensure the circumstances were crystal clear before doing so. The circumstances? Dude, you are moving the evidence. Indeed, I thought it would be a good idea beforehand to investigate anything that struck me as strange. Like where that fake scream I heard really came from instance. That would strike anyone as strange, would you say? The scream he heard alongside the victim falling down. Excuse me, but what do you mean by that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you and the victim the only ones in coach? Correct. At first glance, in any case. At first glance? Yes, indeed. Imagine my shock when I heard that tiny little scream. And it came from directly beneath my rear. What is that? Beneath you. Rear? Right then and there, I lifted up the seat cushion. As
As it turned out, under the seat was a trunk.
Not all though. You can take a look at the omnibus too. Come to think of it, it was submitted into evidence, right? Maybe now would be a good time to give it not a good look.
Anyway, after that, I went ahead and peeked inside the trunk.
She was hiding in the trunk.
Yes, indeed, that's what I saw. When I caught sight of her cowering down in the dim light of the lamp, well, I should have thought that my heart was going to stop.
Something about all this seems really off.
At any rate, I dragged her out of there. Then I set her on the seat opposite me, intent on hearing what she had to say.
The seat opposite you. Yes, right next to the dead chap who was already occupying a spot.
You seated this young lady right next to the victim's corpse. As I believe I mentioned earlier, due to the nature of my work, much to my dismay, I have had crosshairs trained on me. Therefore, it was of the utmost importance for me to learn just exactly who this girl was. But then, as I was speaking with her, I heard a gentleman scream overhead.
That must have been the two passengers on the roof, I suppose.
Indeed, that is what I'm led to believe. They likely saw the stab gent lined up next to what appeared to be a young girl. So you're saying what the two on the roof saw was not you, but instead they saw the victim sitting next to this young lady. That is exactly right. Because you see, I was seated in the back, which cannot be seen from the skylight. I see. The defendant does have a somewhat compact physique. I suppose it isn't a stretch to say that this girl could have been mistaken for him. That's what's written.
Upon hearing the gentleman scream from the roof, the coachman stopped the omnibus.
Enough! The situation is now perfectly clear. However, we now have a fundamental question. Just who exactly is this girl?
I'm told that her name is Gina Lestrade. She hides in places where people gather, then pounces out and steals their wares. Ah, she's a pickpocket. She is what you call a pickpocket.
What? This girl's a pickpocket? Order! Order! Do you take issue with this claim, Mr. Stroud? Mr. Stroud, answer me at once! Ah!
She's packing heat. Seriously, packing heat.
Heavens, what place are you? Oh! The girl just disappeared!
What are you looking at? If you're looking for me, I'm right here.
Where'd you get over there?
Was there any point in moving like that? And I know all about what you adults think. This dame Matula's messed up and got cut on Jack. She went mutton and stabbed that other bloke. Ain't that right? That's not true. A courthouse is a place where we seek truth.
We just want to make sure. Don't forget that I'm a pro. The whole livelihood's depending on these quick fingers. Only cowards use knives. Pickpocket's pride won't sting them. But it's not cowardly at all to use that thing filled with smoke, right? This stuff, I picked it up from a bag at the omnibus station the other day. Pretty thing, don't you think? I think I like maybe pink. Don't aim that thing at me! So, you're riding on the omnibus. It's alright. You tell them the revulsion. She's a cute blonde, like the previous case, but she's a little disturbed. Yeah, that's right. Then the court acknowledges the Lena Lestrade as a new witness. As such, we order you to testify. Speak in regards to what transpired in the omnibus on the night of the incident. Alright, I got you.
What she saw.
As always, I sneaked in before the horse was hitched and coached. I couldn't get any business. Was raining on for me. It's pitch dark in my little hot spot. I seriously couldn't see nothing. And then suddenly, there was a loud noise. Of course, if nothing to make me screamily. After all, this old geezer had followed me, but he let me get away.
He let you get away.
Why defend it? Did you allow this girl to flee to begin with? The reason is quite simple.
I knew she could not possibly be the culprit, you see. What do you mean?
As I said earlier,
I was sitting on top of her little hiding spot, the trunk.
let us make sure we don't see.
Well, yeah, it's right there. You can't miss it.
This is the very seat I was seated in on the night of the incident. This hiding spot will be the space beneath the seats. Indeed, a young girl would be able to fit and hide in here. But on the night, she wasn't able to exit from the truck. After all, I was sitting on it the whole time. Oh! So you see, I let her escape. I felt that revealing the girl would draw suspicion towards her and she'd be arrested. I did not wish to involve this girl with a future ahead of her with incidents as cruel as this. But as a result, all suspicion was set on you instead. And that is nothing but trifle. I know that I'm innocent, so why should I be afraid? I was willing to put that innocence on the line in order to save this poor little girl.
Unbelievable. Oh, what is a price, man?
My lord! There's no way such a noble man could be the culprit. And to think we ever doubted you.
The scales have been tipped.
If you interpret with cold, hard logic, then it is clear who is correct.
Oh shit! Tipped in his favor?
Amazing. All 6 jurors have voted not guilty.
It's not as easy as that, I know.
No, this means... This means what? This means we've won!
If this means we won, how come the crowd's all going bullshit? We won? It doesn't feel real, even when you say it outright. See, that's what I mean. What the fuck, dude? How impotent of me to thrash my steel heel about like a brute. I plead for your forgiveness. Made everybody jump on that shit. This is truly it. He set the foot. He's like, okay, look, I'm about to put my foot up. Boots out. Van Six is like, you know what, boots out. Okay, you know what, fuck this shit. This is the single greatest weakness of the courtrooms of the great British Empire. A legal system which occasionally has mere emotion counter very evidence of logic. Even if this very testimony reveals the defendant's true colors. What do you mean by true colors? Scotland Yard has never nor will it ever overlook any minor detail in its investigations. When Scotland Yard investigated the omnibus, naturally they inspected the inside of the trunk. This trunk was full of the coachman's belongings. This report, written by the investigative reporter, clearly says as much. What did you say? Someone tampered with the seal. In a ploy to support this false testimony, someone spirited the items there. Not at all! Order! Order! I cannot believe such a thing's possible. Of course, I must admit the yard's culpability in mistakenly allowing that window of opportunity. However, when I had the omnibus transported into the old bay, the trunk was definitely not empty. So then, Japanese boy. Huh? Oh, me? The omnibus itself was presented to the court as evidence. As an attorney, you should have long since inspected it both inside and out. What was inside of that trunk? I believe in more, of course. Ah, my good master. I'm sure you understand, yes?
Mr. Gundle.
By all means, go ahead and say it. Tell him that Lord Van Ziek's words are no more than baseless accusations. What are your thoughts, attorney?
How should I answer this? What should I say about the contents of the trunk? Well, it doesn't really matter what you say. Because the truth is, you didn't look there.
I'm sorry, I didn't check the trunk.
Just came on thoroughly. They didn't give you the option to do that. You knew that, the trunk was there, but, it's like, oh,
I thought as much. It seems to be a mistake to expect anything at all from this Eastern cheater.
what you say about me?
Not There shouldn't be any need to discuss this any further at this point. The truth is simple. Simply take a look for yourself. Look at it any way you want. It's empty as it not.
Something feels wrong about this.
Very well, let's hear the truth.
That truck is meant to hold maintenance equipment for an automobile. According to the guild regulations, should contain that right. Thus, the night was no different. I trust better. I slept with a pickpocketable guy.
Dick! Damn it, I almost forgot. Rich people never play by the rules.
That is true. They never do.
This can't be happening. That testimony was nothing but a trick. A ruse.
I am afraid that I must agree. If you interpret it with cold, hard logic, then it is clear who is correct.
You're saying the whole thing as before. As you can see, my lord, you cannot justify a not guilty verdict at this point in time. Very well. The court believes that a cross-examination is in order. Attorney, the court orders you to begin your cross-examination of these witnesses. Hi! This is too much. Our momentum turned against us just like that.
The rumors about Prosecutor Van Zieks were no joke. That means we press everything. In other words, you were already in the omnibus before it departed, correct?
Yeah, that's right. I sneaked in scared. So we went for me to have paid to get in, yeah?
That's for sure. What kind of defense attorney would pay to defend someone?
Defense, please do not be swayed by the twisted logic of this pickpocket. Anyway, it would seem the mystery of the coach fire has been resolved. 4 patrons pay 5 pence each. So the coachman's profit is 20 pence. The 5th patron, if you will, rode free of charge. You see, that coachman will always eat up at the pub before the final trip every time. That's where I'll decide to slip into the omnibus next season. However, the trunk under the seat you claim to have hidden yourself in was in fact full of maintenance tools for the coach, was it not? Yeah, brushes, buckets, non-odds and ends all stored in there. Usually I'll just take all the stuff and toss it in the corner or something. No customers on board ever pay attention to its passing. However, when the police rushed to the scene upon being notified of the incident, indeed the coachman's tools were inside the trunk. But don't ask me about it. I wouldn't have a clue. I just put all the coachman's stuff and hidden myself in the trunk, that's all. Very well. Now then, please continue with your testimony.
What do you mean by not getting any business?
Well, usually in an omnibus, the wind dies down at some point. Just a moment, please. What do you mean by the wind dies down? Oh, that's just a phrase we use. Means all customers have left. The coaches are quiet like.
So when the wind dies down, that's your chance to leave your hiding spot?
Pretty much. But that night, that old bloke was sitting in the seat the whole time. You know what else? He's fast asleep. Eyes complete shutting. So what you're saying is you were inside the trunk on the seat the whole time up until the incident occurred. Is that correct? Yep. Ain't that right, mister? Yes, indeed. Even I surely would have woken up had I been pushed off with the cushion when it was lifted.
So what seemed to have been impossible for the Genie to have committed a crime? So you didn't get a good look at the scene inside of the omnibus?
Nah. So, like normally, I would push up the cushion and with me there. You didn't ask about my prey and secrecy.
Your prey?
The cushion on the seat I ate myself in on in the one on the opposite end. Thanks for that. Not a lot of people choose to sit on it, you know what I mean? But that night, this bloke out just sat right on the seat, dropped the whole ride.
Because of that, you couldn't see the inside of the coach, right?
To be frank, I ain't no dark spaces. They make me feel all claustrophobic. But I had to write myself there in order to make sure I wouldn't fall.
That being the case, you'd think you'd give up being a pickpocket. But by the looks of things, she has her own troubles as is.
Anyway, I was right scared, but I had no other choice but to be still possible.
Uh-oh. Could that loud noise must have been the sound of a person falling down on the floor?
I'm pretty sure what that was. Can't remember. Either way, I was startled.
And before you could stop yourself, you let out a shriek.
Then all of a sudden, the cushion on me
had gotten lighter. That must have been when Mr. Murndal was helping the fallen victim back up, right? Or perhaps it was when he got up from his seat in order to stab the victim sitting across him.
Witness at the time, did you happen to see what happened with your own eyes?
Oh dear. When I pushed up the cushion with my head and I began to through the opening, it looked like the old bloke was sitting the bloke back up on the seat. That lines up with Mr. McDonald's testimony. Then suddenly he looked back towards me. All instinctive like, I'll try to shrink back down. When Mr. McGundle found you, did he force you out of his life? Okay. When Mr. McGundle found you, did he force you out of your hiding spot? I was what, scared? I was sat me on opposite seat. There was the victim. That was where the victim, Mr. Mortar, was sitting, right? Yeah, nothing stopped him, and he was blatant like a safe. At one point, when the coach shook suddenly, the body fell on me. Oh, how dreadful. Well, that's when I got blood in my hands, and then I conked right out. Is that what the two seated on the roof side? Then you spoke with Mr. McGundle, correct? He asked me a bunch of questions. Stuff like what my name was, why I was hunting. And then I heard Blake's voice coming from above the umbrellas.
That would have been the two men seated on the roof, wasn't it?
I didn't want them to see my face, so I didn't look up at them. Then when the coach stopped, the old geezer pointed at the seat and then said, "Quickly, hot in there, I have to get away." Moments ago, all 6 jurors were in agreement over a not guilty verdict. Only for a single instance, though.
Yeah, instant.
Perhaps, but there's no denying that their feelings are shifting. So we can just find a decisive clue in this testimony. And this time we'll win our not guilty verdict for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. And yet, something's really bugging me.
I just can't quite put my finger on what it is. So you didn't get a good look at the scene. So you didn't get a good look at the scene inside the omnibus. No, so like normally I will push up cushion with my head. And then I'll ask you about me praying secrecy.
You just one shady motherfucker. I'm gonna give you that. You're prey.
Cushion on the seat, I have myself is no other than the one on the opposite.
You still one shady motherfucker. I'm looking at you.
Thanks to that, not a lot of people choose to sit on, know what I mean? that night, this here bloke sat right on seat throughout the whole ride. So because of that, you couldn't see the inside of the coach, right? To be frank, I ain't into dark spaces.
Aha!
They make me feel all claustrophobic like. Oh. May I ask you a question, Mr. Murndal?
I beg your pardon. What is it, my good master?
Do you recall the events as Mrs. Strad described in her testimony? You appear to have been lost in thought.
No. Well, I was listening to that. I was struck by what a horrible sight it must have been for the poor girl. In truth, I too have these memories in my youth. I was afraid of the dark.
Well, everyone was afraid of the dark once. I'm still afraid of the dark, though. I sleep in the dark, shit. What are you talking about?
At that time, to make up for my lack of vision, I would focus my hearing so that no sound would elude me.
Now think about it. I might have been listening carefully too. So that means... Could you have heard something? Did you hear any strange noises? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the sound of the old geese's conch blowing off.
Well, it would seem that I've done a terrible misdeed to this sweet young lady.
Oh, that's a shame. If only she had heard something strange, it could have been a helpful clue. Yeah, it really could have. Is anything wrong with Jane's testimony just now? Extremely important. My lord! Miss Lestrade's testimony just now is incredibly important.
Important, but according to the witness' earlier remarks, she didn't hear a single thing.
And that's exactly what is so important. That's right, it might be important.
I can't say that I understand this black-clad Asian detaining train of thought.
What'd you say about me?
Regina Lestrade, please append your latest remark to your testimony.
Huh? Append? What do you mean, like? Don't be using all words on me. I won't get what you're trying to say.
Yada yada.
So I listened to what was going on the out. No, it was snowing. So the whole time after getting in the coach, we were listening to everything. Well, I don't know if I'd say the whole time. When I first got in the trunk, there was nobody else around. So I lifted up the cushion, around the coach from there. When I saw that geezer get in the coach, I sank back into the trunk. Then Mr. Murndal sat down on top of your head. Uh-huh. I've been on the top, right? Yeah, I just spent the whole time listening to whatever I could. I was planning on skedaddling and still I had to bloody get home. But there the coach kept stopping, starting over and over. I ain't ever heard the door open once. I can have the air was the sound of the old gaze's conch. Well, no. There's something about Jane's testimony just now. It's contradictory. Miss Lestrade, your testimony just now, it contains a glaring contradiction.
What? A contradiction? My word!
Indeed. Even our Asian exchange student has noticed that much. Prosecutor Van Zeeks. Did he notice it as well? What'd you say about me?
Defense, we request that you present evidence of that you name a suspect.
Yes, my lord.
Now, reveal to us this contradiction you discovered.
That night when Gina was hiding in the omnibus, she says she's heard nothing other than Mr. McDonald's snoring. However, there was something else that could have been... However, there was something else that could have produced an audible noise. A person. Defense will now present its thoughts on the matter. That night, Miss Lestrade heard something inside the omnibus. It would have been very strange if she didn't hear something related to this person. Mortar.
Thrice fire mortar?
That's right. The sound that she should have heard was the sound of the victim entering the omnibus.
Order! Order! Attorney, what is the meaning of this?
Miss Lestrade, there's something that I want to confirm with you. You were the first one to enter the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, I was already on board with the coachman and was having a munch at the pub. Then the person who boarded was then the next person who boarded was Mr. McGundle, right? Yes. When I boarded, there was nobody inside the coach. At least nobody that I could see. And nobody else boarded with you. Is that right, Mr. McGundle? That's correct. I make a habit of riding the bus and notice. Plus, when I picked up through the cushions, nowadays it was boarding on alone. After that, you say the omnibus stopped several times. But you never heard the sound of the door opening. No mistake so far, right? Right. I was on high alert. If that door had opened, I definitely would have missed it. Then explain to me just one thing. When exactly could the victim have boarded the omnibus? Oh! The victim's corpse was found inside the coach after all. In other words, Miss Lestrade, your testimony is contradictory.
You what?
Correct. This little pickpocket's testimony holds a means of contradiction.
Lord Jesus.
I thought so. The contradiction in her testimony didn't escape the prosecutor either. It looks like I owe the defense my thanks. What are you talking about? You made it all clear now. This is and her entire testimony. You can put stock in any of it. She's just spouting convenient lies. There's no other way. She did call herself a pickpocket. Of course she's suspicious. I like the fact that she's like, nope. She just smiles. She's like, nope. She didn't even say a word. We should be so biased just because she's an interview. Girls should lie either.
You caught that right.
Foreman!
I'm not gonna discriminate just because she's a thief. But hey, damn anyone who lied.
Gah! No, hold up. Now 5 of the judges believe he's guilty. He's on his 5th drink now. It appears that those naive little Oriental children have saved me a fair bit of effort. Exquisite.
Ah! Ah! Look what you've done! This is your fault! Whose side are you on? You filthy cheap chaps!
Okay, now this is getting just really just oh, this is turning this is turning 5 ways from Sunday ugly. God damn, really? It's like a beautiful rendition of pain. Should we choose the only one left? No, this doesn't look good. Right now, I need to reveal some new possibility, or else they really will reach a guilty verdict. I really want to believe in our very own celebrity, Mr. McGovern, but accepting the cruel truths that come with the turn of the century is part of servitude. Yes, it's true. There was a major contradiction in her testimony. However, if that testimony still happened to be true, we might find a new possibility appears.
Basta!
What exactly do you mean?
Defense, we won't let you stand it there and try to buy time. We want to know your thoughts immediately.
That the victim was not present when our suspect entered the coach. Yet, from that moment onward, his witness claims that the door was never opened.
But the fact still is the victim's corpse was on the floor on the coach.
If this little pickpocket girl's testimony is somehow true, how could the victim have possibly appeared in the coach? The victim somehow appeared in the coach. One reasonable possibility is I'm gonna play smart on this one. You didn't use the door. Keeping in mind that the door never opened. There's only one possibility. We have to consider that the victim entered not through the door, but somewhere else. I was beginning to wonder what dark line of your logic, your desperation might lead you on. Look carefully at the omnibus. On one side of the coach there's a door. On the other side windows. But those windows could not be opened, therefore there is no somewhere else he could have entered. I can imagine one possibility at least. Not. I can think of one other way besides the door. That the victim could have appeared from.
Anyway, then the court orders the attorney's rule on the omnibus in which this crime took place. Where could the victim possibly have entered the court?
Right here. Again, making sure. Obviously, he entered through the skylight.
The skylight?
I have no words potent enough to rebut that foolish claim. If the skylight's wide enough, it should be possible to drop through it.
That is not the point! Do you have any evidence to base your absurd or boast on?
When they were in the omnibus, Mr. Murndal and Miss Latrade heard a loud noise, as if a person had fallen.
That must have been the sound of the victim being stabbed and falling to the floor.
However, if you fell from your seat to the floor, would that really make such a loud noise? Well, let's see. This is wood. So, let's say if I were to fall right out of my seat, it would make a loud noise. If something were to happen, like I pass out right on the floor, bam, it would make a loud noise. It must have been loud enough to make. Listen, it must have been loud enough to make Miss Lestrade scream after all.
You can't be sick!
At that moment, the victim appeared from the skylight. No, rather than appeared, what I should say is he dropped down from the skylight.
You're saying he fell into coach from above? What nonsense! Impossible!
What makes you so sure?
If your claim that he dropped from the skylight is true, then the people seated on the roof of the coach should have witnessed his descent. But as you should know, they did not mention that in their testimonies.
Might I interject for a moment? Oh, Mr. Murndal. Certainly what Lord Van Zix is saying is true. The two seats on the roof didn't say a word regarding the victim's descent. But if you ask me, it would be inaccurate to say they did not mention that. You see, they couldn't mention that. Huh? It would seem that those two gentlemen might have a reason preventing them from speaking the truth. Don't you feel the same way, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? Then you might be saying, the two seats down the roof. Look at her slap that typewriter. God damn. She's going 500. She's going 500 words per minute. God damn. 500 words per second. Fuck that.
Well, the ones that use the knife? What in the hell do you think you're doing?
What was that just now? That's what we want to know.
I will take this line down. Oh, damn it! As if I even could.
We must disagree with this. That's what we mean to convey.
What the fuck is up with you, dog?
Mr. Fairplay!
It's as if you're saying that
Or even I
had stabbed the victim with that knife. The gall of your research voices, it galls me. I firmly object to your accusations. Objection!
Both of them have actually lost his minds. Like, one is on the horse, one is using the saddle. Like, okay, yeah. Oh. Look at this dude.
Yes, your accusation, we object.
Hold on, your court. You're the two witnesses before you. The court will now allow unexpected witnesses on the stand and return to the waiting room. But this is a her call.
This wounds us deeply. Sure you all understand, right?
My lord, might I make a proposal? What, is it all Van Zix? The defense was the side that ignored the rules of the court in the first place. They indicted these witnesses without basis, spitting on their idea of proper procedures.
Indicted? I never meant it like that.
It seems your English is lacking in practice, Japanese boy. What'd you say about me? The victim dropped out from the skylight. You can't hypothesize that with our first position that the passengers on the roof were involved. Thus, you branded their testimony a lie and came to the conclusion that they're criminals. That is an unjust declaration here in Great Britain. There's no evidence to back up this hypothesis. I know this is unreasonable, but I can't stand to watch it as it ends here.
What you do? Let them testify.
Yeah?
I know that way out was suspicious from the very beginning. They've gone as far as I have to do myself.
We must dispose of this filth in our society. I don't know. What in heaven's name is happening? The entire courtroom is hounding for blood. Oh shit.
Rooftop witnesses. Yes, sir.
You're looking at the dude. Look at the man. He's right up there.
The court orders you to testify again. This time, speak regarding the defense accusation. All right, son.
I didn't mean to. Nothing to say, Willy Wonka? There's no more time to think. All I can do now is press on.
There were only 2 of us on the roof, Saints. It's true.
If an incident happened in a place like that, there's no way it would go unnoticed.
Oh, they didn't even know the victim in the first place. There's no way it would.
The skylight was always shut. We weren't able to open it. Boy, you don't sit your ass down somewhere with that bullshit.
If the victim fell through the skylight as you claim, then I demand evidence. Indeed, as far as the testimony goes. Why are these witnesses that truly committed such an obvious act? I cannot imagine that have gone unnoticed by the other witnesses. Right, that's what I say.
Like I said, we swear that. However, if you two were friends, then it would be a different story. According to Scotland Yard's investigation, there were no signs that this two had been collaborating. Ha! I don't trust the police or the rich. What is this atmosphere? Even though the flow of this trial is advantageous to our side, why do I feel such a sense of unease?
Now, Jenny, your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. All right, sir. The victim thrice fired mortar. Did you never meet him before the incident?
Right, absolutely right.
I've absolutely never met him. That's what he's trying to get at. Mr. Lady First, is that true for you as well? Of course. Because I'm a simple hatter.
I do think that is 18 feet.
In other words, what we're trying to say is...
What is happening?
I saw that. We'll absolutely unrelate to these people. Sir? Sir? You seem to have something on your mind. Mr. Murndal! Excuse me, Mr. Murndal, if I may.
Yes, of course, my good master.
Did that testimony jog your memory about anything?
So these two are completely unrelated to this case.
What are you going on about?
Master Fairplay, it has been some time, hasn't it?
Oh,
You know, I believe it's about that time your deadline is fast approaching.
that!
Let's see, I believe it was 20 guineas you're down for me, correct?
Fuck up, illegal! Such outrageous interest rates! You deceived me!
So one might safely say you're harboring some resentful feelings, obvious. So much so that you might have such a motive to cast your own sins upon me.
Oh!
And then we have you, Master Ladyford. You are a milliner, a crafter of hats, a haberdasher. Did you perchance also make that very fine silk hat you got there? Well, I'm still training, you see. I take the customer's measurements to make a hat that fits just right.
Boy, if you don't take that goddamn hat off your head.
It fits it just right. That seems a bit too personalized, doesn't it? But we have customers who say they really like such personalization. For instance, the victim, Mr. Thrice Fired Malter. What? Just a while ago, I saw that photo of the crime scene. Mr. Beasley's evidence book. Yes, but this be the one. This is a very unique silk hat, but I can't help but feel as though I've seen it somewhere before. Ah! I made this. Our bricklaying victim seems to have been a customer of yours. Huh? And I will wager there had been some manner of dispute over that hat. No way, I'll never... In short, what I tried to say is, you two fine gentlemen are by no means unrelated to the case. Hey, thank you. And that's all there is to it.
Oh, so...
It feels like he's doing a better job defending himself than I am.
Mr. McGundle has certainly done his research, hasn't he? Now, how about we continue this trial?
The skylight was closed, is that correct?
Why, that's... Of course that's...
There's no doubt about it. That's what he's trying to say.
See here, direct your attention towards the omnibus. Indeed, behold, even now, it is not firmly shut.
Then, I'm sure it's absolutely necessary. A body could have been dropped. simply look at how large that skylight is.
No, Saiban! I asked you, try to look at the big picture here.
This man gonna get just lead poisoning from just doing that. Right, he hasn't gotten lead poisoning after doing this. Okay. Once before, I was riding that omnibus. Wait, you see, I broke wind. Even I myself was surprised by it. Okay, so you're 40. What's wrong with that?
Why are you admitting this all of a sudden? Hang on. See, at the time, I tried to open the skylight. But I just couldn't get it open, so it stunk up the inside. I started blushing and broke out into sweat, and I could feel everyone stare at me. And why are you confessing this again? Hey, Daddy, in other words, you farted, dude, you farted! That skylight can't be open.
I heard you. I tried opening it from the inside. Yeah, I was there. Excuse me, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade! It does help me.
Huh?
You're talking about that skylight, right? The thing opens just fine.
It doesn't seem like you're using that weapon of yours just fine, though.
Ridiculous. I mean, when I tuned it. You can't get it open from the inside, you know. What? Not too long ago, I chose to ride on the roof of that coach. Things weren't well enough up there. In fact, I even made off with my pockets full of words.
Please refrain from boasting to us about your accomplishments as a pickpocket.
But then something blew and scary about with the pinch. The fourth bloke swore. Suddenly they spot me. They all beamed in on me and I wasn't even able to top off the coach to get away. The open skylight, my feet escaped. I just undid the lock. How can it be? The skylight locks is on the roof, so you can't open it from the inside. You can't open it from the inside.
Native! Please attempt to open that skylight process!
Oh! You see?
Order! I will have order! It appears the young lady's testimony is true.
So the skylight could have been opened from the rooftop. Not order. I bet this new information will become a vital clue for us.
Now, defense, please resume your cross-examination.
Hey! So the skylight can be opened, huh? Maybe I should double check it. not what I wanted. Omnibus. Bus. The skylight's locked shut by the latch. Now that it's been unfastened, it should be possible to open this. Looks like you really see what's going on inside the coach from the skylight. Since there was a lamp inside the coach as well. So there's no doubt that the witnesses could clearly see the crime. It's bad news. It's a bloodstain, isn't it? Something the matter? No, it's just... this bloodstain really stands out. Yet Prosecutor Van Zeeks hasn't said a word about it. That's true. That struck me a little bit odd. I'm getting a real bad feeling about this. Just what is going on? I got a handle attached to the seat here. Front seems to be empty. Nothing inside at all. What is this feeling in the back of my mind? There's one thing I need to check too. Check the roof. Oh, I see it. I suppose if that's the skylight opened about this far, then gentlemen of say your size could be kicked down through it. Hey, why does that have to be me? Susanoo, what's the matter? Look here! Bloodstain. There's no mistaking it. It's a bloodstain. Why would a bloodstain be left in a place like this? could very well be related to the case.
There we go. We updated the omnibus.
All right, sir. That night, the victim was stabbed by someone with a knife and lost his life. After that, the culprit dropped the body into the coach from the skylight. The decisive piece of evidence that proves this was clearly left behind within the omnibus itself.
Oh? Preposterous! Such evidence can't possibly exist!
Yeah. Because we're not criminals.
You think decisive evidence is inside the omnibus? Defense!
Hey!
It appears we must request a more detailed indication. Show us the nature of this evidence that was left behind at the scene of the crime. The evidence showing the victim fell down through the skylight is...
Yeah, it's right here. We're taking it this far, we might as well just go full on. That is, of course.
Is something wrong? That's the case. As he surprisingly stated, of course, he realized he wasn't as confident as he had thought. And so he clumsily stayed his tongue. I'd say that is an accurate assumption.
Yeah, I know that. That's the reason why. Right here.
Ah! Is it a blood stain? Oh!
This bloodstain proves two things. When the incident occurred, the skylight of the couch was open. And furthermore, the victim passed through the skylight while bleeding.
Oh!
So, at the very least, for Mr. Murndal, who was inside the coach, this crime was impossible.
You lie! Order! That bloodstain could have just splattered from inside.
Oh, how fortuitous would it be for blood to only land on the skylight's edge? What? Furthermore, the skylight can only be opened from the rooftop streets, correct? I couldn't have opened it on all. Well, we can't really know for sure where the body fell through the skylight.
If that's not enough for the good jurors, I ask the court to examine the omnibus floor. With what we know now, these things could only be one thing. Traces left by the fallen victim of this.
Oh, no. You lied! My fellow jurors, I think we can all agree on a not guilty verdict.
Indeed, I've come to realize just who the real thief here is.
The hell is this? We've had the wool pulled over our eyes this entire time.
5,000. 5,000.
Oh, size of my girl's coaches.
I was the only one who had it right after all.
Right then. All three, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
I must commend you, Korsni Murndal. Whatever do you mean, Lord Bardock Von Jigs? Bloodstains on the skylight. Such evidence is invalid.
What are you talking about?
There's but one reason for my assertion. Those traces never existed to begin with!
What are you saying? Any way you look at it, you can clearly see that this is a bloodstain.
I myself was present for Scotland Yard's investigation. The investigation unit searched the omnibus from top to bottom. Ergo, I am able to assert this with utmost certainty. No such traces ever existed. At the very least, that was true when this trial began. Huh?
So then the bloodstain.
Someone forced him during this very trial.
Not the top.
Oh dear. I can't believe Lord Bargosing of all people would make such a reckless remark. I am, Cosby Murndal, a celebrity of our dear city of London. Thus, I am compelled to firmly oppose any baseless slander. Even if it comes from the so-called Grim Reaper. Cosby Murndal, you have never once taken the witness stand until today's trial. And yet, I have felt your influence in the shadows of many crimes. Without lifting a finger, you have involved yourself in a great number of incidents. And then you tamper with them to your liking.
He tampered with other incidents?
Well, yeah, that's what he did this time. The end reaches by his usury and crimes. He felt that his wealth could accomplish anything. He's a mono. Oh God, he's a mono. Twisting evidence, interfering with crime scenes, and bribing witnesses to speak as he wills. All of it to create a convenient den
beneficial to him alone. Yeah, that's what it's all coming down to. Dear me, what utter nonsense. Don't you agree, my good pastor? I? You've heard the prosecutor's desperate claims, what? When the trial started, the bloodstain did not exist. But, if you recall, ever since the trial began, the omnibus has been not there in preview. I've never had a chance to forge a fake bloodstain. Isn't it right, Barrister? That's right. Omnibus has been in front of our eyes this whole time. Attorney? Let us hear your own thoughts, in your own words, from your own mouth. Hi! During these trials, could someone have forged the bloodstain in the coach? Yes, it was possible. A defense attorney stands in court for his client's sake. But I'm starting to think there's something even more important. There may be no evidence that the defendant did something like that. However, if he had even... If he had even a single chance to do so, it's entirely possible.
What is this?
Precisely. It seems our Oriental attorney wants no part in building up this smokescreen of falsehood.
Falsehood?
Everyone in this courtroom should clearly remember this. This trial has taken a single recess. Thanks to that smoke bomb set off by this witness, Miss Lestrade. All it was needed was that moment, right there. That's all I need, just that one moment. The smoke completely obscured our vision in the courtroom and descended into chaos. We were all forced out into the waiting lobby as a result. In that single moment, it would have been possible to approach the omnibus. Because he was the only one that was still there.
Don't you tell me. What are you playing at, you thiefy amateurs, upstarts?
Amateurs upstart?
You're no bastard. This is so-called conspiracy.
Whether he is a bastard or amateurs upstart, the facts remain unchanged. After the trial smoke bomb-induced recess ended, there appeared a number of oddities in the omnibus. Explain these oddities. First was the trunk beneath the seat.
When the police examined it, they confirmed that the driver's tools were inside it. And as for the bloodstain on the skylight, like before, it did not exist when the trial began this morning. However, Lord Von Zips, I am afraid to say, but neither of those facts were confirmed during the trial. That's right. When the omnibus was brought before the court, they were both closed. As such, it is difficult to confirm any fabrication of the crime scene. Quite so. It is possible that not a single person would be able to confirm it for certain. What do you think, Naruto? Susato? In the omnibus? Are there any other traces of evidence you can find? Yep. Something else, lad. My lord? What is it different? There is one more spot in the omnibus, which bears traces of evidence that should not exist.
What? What are you trying to say this time, Buster? If you plan to betray me, you better watch back.
The defendant will cease with his worthless narrative. The court eagerly awaits the defense's answer. This trial's a blend of truths and falsehoods. Just where is it going to take us next?
It seems it's up to you to show us the answer. Is there a natural trace that has appeared on the crime scene is?
Yeah, right here. Look, right here. If we assume the victim was stabbed on the rooftop and dropped through the skylight, then it's only natural that there would be a large bloodstain just below. But as far as I can remember, when this omnibus was first presented to the court, there wasn't a bloodstain here.
Ah. Now that you say it, I feel as though you may be correct.
Is it?
And was such a thing as his attorney. For once, that was no thoughtless blunder.
These bloodstains were thought to be decisive proof. But I cannot deny the possibility that someone maliciously forged evidence inside the omnibus.
This trial is over!
Mr. McGondle?
Up until now, I've cooperated with this court to the full extent of my ability! But now, it's finished.
But you're the defendant, so...
I'll say this trial's finished! Good day, sir!
Okay, evil Willy Wonka has turned full-on evil?
Memory, you know it all means nothing. Look at the facts. Those traces are the truth.
Fidel, he's wasted all his time. Lord Rebel for that can't present any concrete evidence. Really? The Grim Reaper? What a joke. Well, my lord. Indeed, memory is not valid evidence. The bloodstains at the crime scene do indeed exist at present. So as long as there is no way to prove that they previously did not exist, cannot exist, then it is impossible to prolong the trial any further. But, do you have any comments, Lord Van Sheets?
The prosecution has presented all the testimony and evidence we had to offer. That is all. Understood. If all the possibilities have been discussed, then the court must move on to its verdict. As a formality, the court would like to confirm the defense's stance.
What does he mean formality?
It seems at this rate, Mr. Murndal will receive the not guilty verdict. Guilty? It would be our victory.
Alright, man. Don't worry about it. You'll get to see it up on my channel. Thanks for coming out, Big.
Is this really okay? Should I really end the trial like this?
Defense, deliver your closing statement.
Understood. Defense pleads. It doesn't really matter what you say at this point, so. If they're all saying not guilty, this is going to end up being inconclusive. I am the appointed attorney of the defendant, calls name Murndal. However, at this point in time, I can't decisively plead that he is not guilty.
What's this?
It's true that there is no evidence conclusive enough to prove that he committed the crime. However, I don't believe that his innocence can be proven yet either.
What did you say?
I'm going with indecisive, like, nope. So no, you did that, you blew yourself up, dude. You kind of changed. You really did tip the scale, brother.
Order! 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 This is completely unprecedented. The defense isn't arguing for the defendant's innocence?
Yes, the defense
isn't arguing for the defendant's innocence? I wasn't wrong to accept you as my defense. Well, you put on such a woman, Michelle, even at the very end. Go on, take it, Dick. Your job's done, eh? Thank you for all you done for me today.
What do you mean?
as the Honorable Lord Judge so aptly said just moments ago, as long as this trial cannot continue, then the defense's plea, as the word implies, remains nothing but a formality.
Even for us, this situation is too much to settle. All three, the same evidence is real.
If only we could just close our eyes and dispose of all the hit.
Death to all the money bags! It's the only way for us to know peace!
Down to the man who donated that beautiful park. Oh, I embarrassed myself.
As long as the situation stands, it will be impossible to continue this trial. A verdict cannot be passed. Thus, we shall heed the defendant's request.
You have my gratitude, my lord.
Without further ado, it is now time for the verdict.
But we still don't know if the bloodstains in the coach are real or not. Or even if these witnesses' testimonies are true or full lies. We still don't know a single thing about the truth.
Lord Vincent, this is all due to the prosecution's lack of sufficient proof. That's all there is to it. And the possibility remains that illegal forged evidence was planted in the omnibus. The court believes that the prosecution is to blame for it.
But at the time, Prosecutor Van Six did in fact issue an order to preserve the omnibus.
Ultimately, he is the one at fault for this. He cannot avoid his responsibility.
No,
As of yet, the court cannot pass a guilty verdict. Therefore, there is no need to leave the verdict to the judge.
what?
Today has been quite a Prosecutor Van Six.
So we let loose Max Shrek Willy Wonka.
For you and for my esteemed master as well.
Then what is the point of us even being here?
These are simply the laws of our great British courtrooms. If you want to keep this trial in session, then why not start by changing the law? Or is there still something you'd like from the great Migungo?
You may call me Murndal.
Allow me to give you but a single warning. Do not think that this is over. I look forward to your next reaping, then.
Now, I shall announce the verdict for Cosney Begundal. Not guilty.
I feel cheated. I really feel cheated by this.
Is this even possible? This is all wrong! Go through the evidence again! What are you talking about? Haven't his suspicions all been cleared up?
The courthouse fell into a second round of chaos as the verdict was passed down. My first trial in the great British Empire had ended. With the client's innocence, in other words, our victory. Bittersweet. Very bittersweet. 5:14 p.m.
Your defense was well thought, Naruhodo.
Oh, hey, Susato.
Your first victory in a foreign land. It was awe-inspiring. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart.
I should thank you, Susato. Was this really for the best, though? In the end, we still know nothing about the truth of this case.
We just didn't have the time to find out the truth.
It was all set up.
But who murdered Mr. Mortar? We still haven't even gotten to the bottom of it. The one and only mission of the attorney is to fight for a favorable verdict for his client. And in my opinion, you carried out your mission perfectly.
She's right, you know. She's right, you know. Mr. McGurney. And she's with him, too. The rumors were true, after all, eh?
Huh? What rumors?
When the Crown Court hands down a not guilty verdict, they fire off 6th grade fireworks. Did you see it? It was a beautiful sight.
It sure was.
I've heard so much about the liberating sight of fireworks from the defendant's stand. And I owe it all to you, don't I, my good master?
No, honestly, I don't think it was my effort that freed you.
Oh, please, this again. What else could have been?
Instead of my effort, I'd rather call this victory your handiwork.
Well, to be entirely frank, you put me through some frightening moments along the way. But let's call those the missteps of youth and let it be water under the bridge.
Congratulations on your not guilty verdict, Mr. Murndal.
Congratulations. Even though the mystery remains a mystery? None of the... There's only one thing of importance to me.
What?
That will be having all of those fools acknowledge that I did not commit that crime. What do you think? This great, doesn't it?
Right.
Let's leave the rest of the yard, pride of our capital. They will surely reveal the truth. That's what I believe, at least, you see. I paid them a great sum to make something of it. promise I'll be paying you 1,000 guineas. And I won't hear a single word complaint.
No, I can't take that much money.
But my, you Japanese ready on modest. Ah, very well then. If that's how it must be. Take this. It's a tip.
Call's name McDougall. Call's name McGundle. The preparation's complete, so if you would, please move to the Crown Court. Crown Court?
Oh, this is much earlier than what was it to be.
I'm very sorry, the plans have somewhat changed.
Well, you heard the man. I must excuse myself now. I will be stuck inspecting the crime scene for a while, yet I'm to.
What for? It seems that the omnibus will have to undergo another investigation, given the circumstances. They said they want me to be present for it, if not possible. A reinvestigation?
To tell you the truth, I've no obligation to follow through with it.
But as London's deputy, I'm willing to cooperate as much as possible.
That is a gentleman's duty, you see. Though, now, it has been a pleasure to have met you.
I pray that you have an enjoyable time as exchange students. There he goes. That Max Shrek Willy Wonka looking motherfucker. Oh, right, she was here. Is that really this is not BioShock! Get moving, Big Mussa. She's handling that ammunition as ineffectively as ever. Miss Lestrade. Gina, could you refrain from pulling out such a dangerous weapon? That's Darkwing Duck's weapon. Stupid adults. Huh? I hate the blooming lot of you. Oh! You were here all alone? You were here all alone? You can try to over me, but you can't hide. Who in the world is this little girl? Stealing things is a big no-no. You know that. And I was so excited to test out my new smoke launcher prototype for myself. Gah! You wanna fight? I bet I can beat you. You pulled out a trumpet. A trumpet. Sniper. What the fuck? Excuse me, who even are you? Oh yeah, well, you could call me an inventor. I made the smoke launcher. An inventor? Hey, you know how smoke screens are? They're just big, boring white globs. If you're gonna be covered by smoke, why can't that smoke at least be cute? I'd rather just avoid the smoke screen in the first place. I look away from one tiny second during my omnibus transfer, and suddenly it's gone. It's good to go put a tracking device on it, huh? Tracking device? Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you're coming back to the lab with me. What? But why? Don't play dumb. You need to go apologize to my technician. Apologize? When you do bad things, you apologize. Didn't you ever learn that from the adults around you? Adults? But I... Well, are you coming with me or not? she has a trumpet-flavored smoke launcher. Oh my god. Golden Bennett! Fine then. Oh, you're pretty docile after all. Honestly, because she has a huge weapon trained on her. Well, the two of us should be on our way now. I do apologize for the disturbance. What a lively little girl. Ha, 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 ha. I believe we should be moving on as well. Yeah, you're right. But where exactly can we move on to? Huh? After all, we came straight to this courthouse after we arrived in London. The bailiff still has our belongings and we have nowhere to sleep for the night. I had originally planned to search for lodgings before the day was over. But now we won't have enough time, right? There's no need to fear. If push comes to shove, then we could at least rest ourselves at Murndal Park.
Murndal Park.
The nights are rather cold at this time of year. But we can endure it with the vigor of youth. I wonder. A night in London. In the dead of winter. Young or old, you probably freeze to death. Oh, I'd rather not freeze. If I knew it would come to this, I really would have accepted this 1,000 years. And so, on the day of my arrival in London, my evaluation as an attorney came to a close. However, afterward, it made fully clear to us that what the Reaper had said was true. This case was absolutely not over. Holy shit. なんという And that's it for chapter 3. Oh my god. And with that, we've unlocked chapter 4, The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. So that said, I'm actually going to end the stream on this crazy ass note. despite the little hiccups that happened earlier, just to get to this point. And, yeah. Until next Monday when we deal with Chapter 4, we have Wednesday, which will be ending Chroma Squad. And on top of that, Friday will be Illusion of Gaia and probably a hint of Terranigma. And, of course, this coming Sunday will be Halloween, so it'll be Retroween. Yeah, Retroween. I got a few games lined up, so it might be an all-day thing. I'm pretty sure it'll be an all-day thing. So, thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll see you Wednesday for the final season of Chroma Squad. So, thanks for coming out, and I shall see you guys Wednesday. So, next time, episode 4, where it'll probably get even more crazier. Anyway. See you next time.